Well, ladies and gentlemen, say we have some time. Man, how you gonna interrupt the Bro Hostage video? Can't see shit anyway. I got some shit from the cameras now. But man, I have a little bit of a drive. This is the only body of water you'll probably see. But I figure, what time better than now? What other better than now time? What, yeah. Let's get things going. I know it's windy. Perhaps it'll help me work on the vocal tonality of my diction. Screaming. But welcome to the show, everyone. It is I. 'Tis I. God, it's right there. Sorry, fellas. Ladies. For those that love my gorgeous and sensual, sexy eyes. I'm sorry, I have much long ways to go to adapt to my real wizardry. But hello. It's as best as I can give you. There you go. You should be able to hear me. I'm going to do my best and just wing this one. I've got 40 minutes left to go. Thankfully it shows once again. This is day one of an updated vlog to my brand new vehicle, the S10 Chevy O2. Yeah, obviously my knowledge is just not there. Its sound, it was sold really well. I didn't even waver on a price that may give you an idea of how business savvy I am not. But either way, I was happy with the trade overall. I'm very happy with what I have. However, besides the gas leak and the tail light, brake light that I have out, which are obviously two more or less major concerns, at least to me. To each their own. I know some may not care, but others, those that uphold the law, it's kind of an important thing. Having a worthable brake light system. Not everybody uses their turn signals nowadays, but it is what it is. I'll use my hands if I have to. We're gonna get it taken care of very soon. The gas leak I want to take care of tomorrow. It's a little bit faster than I thought. I actually just had to fill up today and yesterday, but I'm just riding it out. I've also picked up on a squeal. Yeah, I paid $2,000 for it, guys. So in today's economy, you factor in everything, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, but I still think I'm happy for what I got. Especially what else was out there. I'm very happy for what I got, and time will tell. We'll see how it goes. Either way, it'll be a good project, right? It is my next big adventure, my next big accolade. I have always held dear, and I've always held the dear and true that I want to just escape via four-wheel any way that I can. I mean, just because the wheel is a great invention of being able to travel without the propulsion of your legs. And I do love that idea of long distance. So long distance. It's always fun, right? It's good to have a vehicle where you can just use it for what its primary use is for, which is, i.e., travel, just to go far, to go distances that you cannot run, bike. Shoot, you can yak and walk the railroads till the end of time, but this is pretty fast. A little bit funner. I don't know all the ins and outs of mechanics. I'm ready to learn. I'm old enough and should be. I didn't learn what I should have learned at the age at which vehicles are presented to the public. I didn't learn what I needed to learn when I got my vehicles, when I got my licenses. At least that's what I've learned nowadays. It's like you need to have a pretty good understanding. This isn't just about obeying some left turn signal, right turning lane, stop, go, obey the light signals. I mean, you got to know what to do when shit hits the fan. You have to know, right? And that is subjective to each individual, depending on where you live and who you know, right? So you gotta know at least a basic level, and the rules that are governed nowadays, I don't even think they're enough. They are not enough. Not that all of them are proper and right, but they're not. There's a lot of things that we should be doing, a lot of things that we shouldn't be doing, right? Follow. Not that you have to follow. Please pave your own path. But I'll ride on mine. I'm cool. The vehicle's great. I've already thought of, check my last video for ins and outs, just updates on the vehicle itself. To move past it, it's already been 6.5, so let's go on and move into the garden. Let's move into possible living situations the next season. The vehicle was a big one. I have yet to talk to the owner of the camp, in which some of you may know, or I may have mentioned it once or twice, but essentially there's a thought going around. I've even made light unto it, to the parental, the mother. Woo! Yeah, I saw her today. Oh yeah, it was good. It was actually very well. Didn't get to yak, didn't get to dance in the rain, but we did get to tango with a lot of lost connection via the parental son. You follow the relationship between us, which is something I don't get very much of, believe it or not. I actually run and play and dance outside more than I get to see my family from time to time, believe it or not. The downfall is that I do not train and do not run and do not get out even nearly enough as I should. So put that into perspective as far as what I hold true or what I should be doing more of. We're doing okay. Today was a great day. It is Sunday. I've revamped Wim Hof. Ooh, meditation this morning. There it is. Pinched in there at the last moment. The garden's great. I'll update you guys perhaps once I get back home, and I have a lot of transplanting to do in the garden. They look phenomenal. Behind the cages, which is what I call in the garden, everything that's protected outside is going fine. Everything's been transplanted out there, but I have a next phase of growth coming. This is the I haven't even started herbs, but these are the greens and the root vegetables, essentially what I've been on for a minute, at least juicing wise, right? So I've been planting tulips, parsley, rutabaga, kale, spinach, broccoli, cabbage, right? Everything in that class where it's not above the ground. We're not talking about tomatoes, peppers, where you see their shit above. I know greens and leafy lettuces, you see it, right? But they're still colder weather. They're a little bit more moderate temperature weather. So fall and spring are both great times. Spring and fall are both great times. I miss spring entirely because I'm a procrastinator and I don't follow through on everything, or I don't catch up with everything that happens. But yeah, we're doing okay. Military Humvees. Did you see them? sure you caught it. 1, 2, 3, 3. I would love to upgrade. However, the fuel is a little bit taxing. Make a, the point is to make a sustainable. So the way they used to make vehicles last a while, just add the efficiency, the fuel efficiency of, the sun, right? Electronic, right? Gas, engine, the whole engine needs to be rebuilt. I don't know how it all works yet, but the engine in an electronic vehicle slash solar paneled vehicle power, yeah, they work. They've been created, but yeah, those are very limited on engine power. Like that limited engine, I want fuel. I'm not quite sure where I go yet. The fuel that I like is I've gone into lesser forms of carbon footprint, right? So the less amount of carbon footprint that I leave. The transition is not destroying the earth, but leaving an impactful. Leaving an impactful, you leave your mark without leaving physical mark, right? You don't want to destroy, you want to leave the world building, right? You want to leave it to make sure that people actually have room to grow and build and have lessons and things that you've ever learned from throughout your life. Anyway, I am not here to educate. We are the entertaining species. We are here to have a blast. These clouds are phenomenal, guys. I can't help it. Talk about a deficit to attention. The weather is my pride and joy. I cannot help it. But I love the weather. 12 minutes. I guess it hasn't been that long, but man, if it's I thought I would be closer by now. However, this is a 45-minute drive overall. You guys have been with me for apparently 13. We're gonna slow down. I just don't want to. It's my new guy. I don't want to press this fella. I don't want to press it at all. But I'll chill. Man, this is a great setup, y'all. Glad it's only been barely 15 minutes. For those that still stick on, what did I say before? Wim Hof. So, I do not recall this morning's YouTube video that I used during my meditation this morning, but I did 40 of the 50 minutes. So the video itself is 50 minutes. I'll put the link down below. But to describe it, it is Wim Hof designed in that you breathe in a certain number of inhalations and exhalations of the breath, whether through the nose or out the mouth. I do it either or. And I believe Wim Hof, his version will go either way. And more on the differences later. The video I did, though, was 7 rounds, starting with 20 breaths. The breath work, as some of you may know, it will go breathing for a specific amount of breaths, and then, I'm sorry to describe it to those that already know, and then you hold, or you breathe out, hold your breath, and then breathe in at your own leisure. So the numbers that are designated in the video are 30, I'm sorry, because you could just, I'll link it. I just want to describe it my way. 20 breaths, and then I believe a minute, maybe a minute and a half. The increasing is by, you increase every round by 10 breaths, so you go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 breaths. So I believe it's 7 rounds, starting at 20 breaths, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, maybe 6 rounds. Either way, and the breath hold is a minute 30, 2, 2:30, 3, 3:30. I guess it is 6 rounds. My memory serves. And I cannot believe I'm going this whole way. I still got another 20 minutes, y'all, at least. Breath work. I'm glad I got gas, though. I just had to fill up. Breath work. So personally, that's what the numbers were, and then I'm just trying to figure out how I took it. I'm just trying to take it. My longest breath hold was 2:30. So I want to know how deep I can get into this. I have been doing Wim Hof. I don't want to say his specifically because it's been my own personal progression ever since. I've only done, like, to each their own on what is designated the method of whoever created the method. If you follow me, I'm a very gray area guy. I'm not a left or right? There's no left or right for me. I take in and take out all information that comes at me, and I do it my own way, right? So it's, to give a background, I've been doing a morning meditation, right? So maybe past couple months, right? When I didn't have a vehicle, I needed to do something. I haven't had a vehicle for a month and a half. And when I don't have the ability to go, I need to be able to take the time to go in, right? Those that understand this will know exactly what I'm talking about. But essentially, when I started doing breath work continuously, and this is more or less just on the weekends, right? Every Sunday, I used to do dynamic meditation, Osho, many different forms of meditation, just on a periodic weekend sort of thing. It's to each their own. I've done many different versions. I've been doing stuff to each their own. You know, I've been alive for this many years. So I started Wim Hof maybe a couple months ago, and it continued on the weekends. And I developed my own form of breath work, and I do this with all of it. I mean, if you've watched anything, you watch any of it, y'all. I mean, the thing is, none of y'all can see it at this moment because this goes straight to YouTube, and the videos that I have saved are not up and running. But essentially, I've done different forms and versions. For those that know me personally, perhaps, you know that I'm crazy enough to go out and just experiment. I am the experimenter that will go off and fucking do whatever it is that I want to do. No strings attached, no rules bound. Plain and simple, fellas, ladies. No rules. With the extent of being respectful to the surroundings, right? It goes to 11. Wim Hof, y'all. I've had a lot today, guys. It's been a long day. Probably one of the best sessions I had. It was a 45-minute session. But it hit everything that I need. So I start my Wim Hof breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the nose, for the first set or round, to feel the body. Second round, I might crack my knuckles during my breathing, right? I get very mobile when I do my breathing. When I breathe during the Wim Hof, I get very loose, and to the far end, I get out my massage tools. I'll get out my electric Theraguns, right? The Theraguns that pulsate. I'll have that right next to me. I won't use that during. I don't use that when I'm breathing. I'll tell you about that in a second when I do use it. I should have said that earlier. But, overall, I will get very active during my breathing sessions. Sorry, we're on the new 787 bridge, 480 bridge, I'm sorry, going across Cleveland. Cleveland Bridge, it's so beautiful. I will do finger massages. I will massage my body with my fingers and massage where I have my hernia. I will massage where I recently had a broken rib. About 2 years, maybe about a year and a half, I broke my rib during a sparring session of rolling, doing Brazilian, some jiu-jitsu. But I do these massages during my meditations, right? And I have not done person-to-person meditation. My closest has been grounding camp. Those that follow me know what I'm talking about. But the closest I've done has been something like grounding camp, and that's been like 40 people at best. I've never done in a group smaller than 10 or even 40 at that. For meditative style rituals, I've done yoga classes. However, I do as my body feels. I know it too good. I do as my body feels, and when I do meditation, I'm just trying to explain the way I like. This is nothing. This is personal entertainment vlog style. But when I do my morning breath work on the weekends, this is just what happens. I don't get to the point where I have passed out. That has not happened to me yet. What a nice cloud. There is a tiny little cloud in the air. If you can see it. Isn't that cool? I don't know if you saw it or not, but I'm looking pretty terrible, sorry. But my morning meditations, I'm glad I'm getting this out there. something else. I don't want to end it slowly and say it's all about breath work and blah, blah, blah. But it is a phenomenal exercise. When I do it, I get energized. I will say I have yet to do I have yet to do any form of meditation in a sober state, y'all. I'm gonna say it right from the get-go. You know, and I can't recall all of the years of my life from front to back. I'm sure there have been a time where I have exercised and gotten very deep without the form of any drug, any style drug in my system, whether passively or actively taking it, right? I'm already on to something because I was born on something, right? Vaccines are already in us. But, you know, it alters the biochemistry of our so it's to each their own. To each their own. I partake in a few different prescribed medications by my friends and family and doctors that I consider as such. Oh, that's a Subaru. I thought that was our sport track. That's just a small one. Subaru Baja. Alright folks, as far as I'm done. I didn't want to leave y'all hanging as far as meditation goes, but maybe more on that later. I mean, I have plenty to talk about as far as meditation goes. I have yet to actually talk about, or I have actually yet to film it, my experiences with the meditation itself. I've been meaning to, but my camera, my secondary form of camera has gone. My phone I use for the guidance, which I do need. I don't know if I can do it I don't even think I've done it without guidance. I've tried it, but I don't get very far. I do require guidance. I'm fucking booking it right now. Holy shit. Way too fast over here. So I am going to go ahead and talk to you guys later. Half hour out. Y'all are welcome. Live as expressive as possible. Live expressively, y'all.